Now, another thing I wanted to show you is the Audible. And I use this personally every day. And a lot of our higher level students are using this part of their plan. Another usage for this would be for students that, like Jeff, it would be good for you, that's commuting a lot. You know, maybe you have 2 hours where you are in the car or subway or bus, right? 2 hours of your day is valuable. It's 2 hours, right? And this is a very quick and easy way to build a habit. And it's just listening to a book. So I'll just show you something here, right? Turning the Flywheel is the Kindle book that I just showed you. And what it does is it gives you the audio.
The secret sauce. In the monograph, and I'm going to describe it for you here, I've sketched my own take on the essence of the original Amazon Flywheel in a diagram. Now, as we go through the monograph, I just want to give a heads up.
The reason why I'm showing you this is because Jim Collins, he's the writer of the book, but he's also narrating the book. Someone that created the book, wrote the book, is actually narrating his own book, and that's awesome. You want that. You can tell the intonation's different. It's a real person, and it's the best way to shadow somebody. And what I mean by shadowing is it can also be used as a benchmark even, right? And if you find an author or a, you know, an expert in their field, and you can just follow their voice, their intonation, their tone, their verbiage every day for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you pick up a lot of things. Maybe not the vocabulary and things like that, but in terms of speaking with the correct tone, structure of it, it's one of the best recommendations I can give you. The only reason I did not provide it in the initial workflow is, there is money involved. There is a cost to it. It's also a little bit higher level because you're shadowing somebody. So here's how I would shadow, okay? Let's just go. So one of my benchmarks was Barack Obama. So like years and maybe in college, even in high school, I think, I shadowed Barack Obama. My grandmother gave it to me actually in a CD of all of his best speeches as a senator, you know, before he even became President Obama. My grandmother gave me CDs and I would listen to it. I would have my MP3 downloaded onto my MP3 and I would just listen and shadow his speaking, his speeches. And I picked up a lot of good things there. And I just want to give you an example of how I would shadow, okay? So, and before I do, the good thing about this is that you can also have it on your phone. That's the best thing. And
this is Audible.
Sorry about that. You can listen to it, and not that I recommend it. You can listen to it and do your emails or messaging or whatever work. It continues to play, right? So it's very easy to do, very easy to pick up the habit, but also one of the factors that led me to speak with confidence, really, helping me with my accent, intonation, pronunciation even. So let me just show you what I do.
Obama, generally impatient with life. A seat in the Illinois legislature had opened up. Several friends suggested that I run, thinking that my work as a civil rights lawyer and contacts from my days as a community organizer would make.
That is why I don't recommend it, because you need to have, it is for the advanced students, right? It's not going to be very easy to follow. However, if you are ambitious, you can slow down the narration speed. So here's what I would do. You can go to 0.75. On your phone, the speed goes down by 0.1 decibels. So it can go from 0.9, 0.8, 0.7, 0.6. You can also do the same going up, 0.1, 1.1, 1.2, 1.25. So then if you're in the intermediate or even advanced level, you can play it at a slower speed like this.
Me a viable candidate.
Viable candidate.
After discussing it with my wife, I entered the race. And proceeded to do what every first-time candidate does. I talked to...
That's 0.75. I would suggest for the advanced students, 0.8, 0.9. But again, you're not going to get the exact sound as in the normal 1.0 speed. However, you can practice it to get to that level. And I have students that do that. After maybe a few hours of listening to the same voice, they can catch up really fast. And it's literally
anyone who would listen.
Anyone that would listen.
I went to block club meetings and church socials, beauty shops and barber shops. If two guys were standing on a corner, I would cross the street to hand them campaign letters.
Now, if you're able to do that, perfect. It's awesome to do. Just pick 15 minutes, 20 minutes out of your day in the morning or even at night and just shadow. And some students would say, Don, you know, there's people around me. I'm in the subway. I don't think that's possible. You don't have to speak out loud even. Just mutter it. Just pretend that you're speaking. And you can just really, in a soft voice, that works too. And you don't have to worry about people looking at you funny because they're not looking at you. They're all looking at their phones anyways, right? You don't have to worry about that. And now, I want to just show you one more thing. If you want, again, this is a cost added, but most books like these, you know, these popular books, Amazon gives you a service to read and listen simultaneously. So if you buy a book, right? So this one does not have it, right? You'll see something here. So this one does not have it, and I'll show you why not. You see here, it says Whispersync for voice ready. Okay. If you ever see this in your book, that means that you can read the book and listen to it at the same time. So that makes shadowing a bit easier, meaning you could be looking at your phone, reading the text while listening to the narration. So you can actually listen to it at normal speed and read along. So that would be helpful. And another thing you can do is, it's on the Kindle, by the way, is as you're reading, you can highlight the words and you could, you know, just highlight them, keep going, add notes to it, right? So this is the workflow that I would provide for my advanced students. Certainly a workflow you can replace an article that you're doing with, or maybe for students that have not yet found a benchmark speaker, it could also work because you're getting the voice of your expert, of your benchmark speaker. And Amazon gives you a lot of choices, right? I mean, if you go to browse, anyone in, you know, we got business, we got science, we got history. It gives you a lot, all right? So that would be one great added workflow to your 30-day plan, and something that you can add on for later when you're finished. And what I'm doing now is also having my team of coaches write their favorite Audible books by topic. And I'm going to be sharing that with my group here, with you guys, very shortly. It's being collected right now. I've crowdsourced it, and they're building a huge list for me. And it'll have links to this page. So if you click on it, it'll take you right to the page. And here's how this works. Signing up is free, but every month you're paying, I believe, again, if you choose to, I believe it's let me be exact. I think they increased the rate, but you can see what happens here. You can get 1 credit. It buys you any book. Any book. It doesn't matter if it's $45 book or $10 book. 1 credit a month gets you any book you want. And it comes to be, I think, 19,000원, 18,000원, depending on the exchange rate, which is pretty cheap for 1 book, right? And you can get more credits as you go along here, right? Signing up is free, but to purchase a book, there's going to be a cost. And if you want more books, you can go up here, right? It's all up to you. I just go 1 credit a month. It's a gold membership. All right. Next, any questions?